There once was a person who had a podcast. Welcome to this thing we're doing. I'm Sarah Hazen Bask. With me is my co-host Caden, who is just staring at me and being oddly quiet.
I'm a corpse. Oh wait, that means I can't talk.
Hey Remy.
Remy escaped today.
Oh,
That's
yes.
our news for the day.
That's our news
Remy
for the
ran
day.
away.
Here's the story. So, she had to go outside to go do her business. I let her outside. I put her on a leash like we always do.
The leash that's tied to the house, or to the bench.
Yeah. So she can't run away if she's attached to it. I go back inside. And then I'm like, normally by now she would be barking at us to have us let her back inside. So I went out to check on her. I saw a leash. No dog. And our gate to our backyard was wide open. Because both me and Caden were like, oh, she's always on the leash. She'll never get out through that gate.
And sometimes when it snows, that gate gets snowed shut.
Yeah.
So it's just better to keep it open.
Yeah.
It's warmer now, but it snowed this week. So.
Yeah. And then, so the dogs ran away, and I'm walking the streets with her squeaky toy, squeaking it, calling her name. And then I look back near our house, and there she is in the middle of the street, just running back and forth. And I'm like, Remy! And I just bolted towards her, and then by the time I get there, I don't see her anymore. And then I look up at our neighbor's porch, and there she is, just sitting right in front of the door, waiting for the neighbor to open the door or something. So that was my day.
Yeah, and you texted me, and then I almost had a heart attack at work.
And I was thinking, oh God, if this dog is lost, I'm dead.
I'm not denying. I'm not confirming or denying that would be the consequence of losing my dog.
Alright. Now to get into some actual news.
That's news. She's safe. Say something to them, Remy. Take a picture of her.
She
trying
never
to talk
barks
to them.
on command. Oh,
Do
take
it.
a picture? Okay. Hang on. Let me pull out my camera.
Of her talking to the mic.
All I see is the mic. Hold her up more. Remy, look down. Look at here. Okay, there we go.
That can be on their Instagram.
That'll work. So welcome to this thing we're doing. I just had the news opened, and then I had to take a picture.
Yeah. In other news, there was a robin in our backyard. Sarah got really excited about that.
Oh yeah, that was... I need to take a picture of that.
Yeah.
Because it's not every day you see a robin in the middle of the city.
We're not even in the city,
We're
though.
in the city!
We're on the beach.
We're not on... We're in the city, though. We're in Scarborough. Marshmallow. Oh. Okay.
We're not even in Scarborough. We're, near it. No, seriously.
We're in the limits.
Sorta. We're on the border.
Okay.
Of it and where, you'll never know. In the lake. I like how you laughed and you didn't smile at all. You just had these cold, dead eyes. I'm like, ooh.
Ha 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 ha. Ha.
You look some more smiley there. Don't dig at our sofa, Remy.
So, you loved the show Titans.
I hated it with every ounce of my body.
You're excited to see Doom Patrol when it comes to Canada?
No.
No?
I saw an ad for it on the news today at work, and I was like,
On the news.
like the TV, like the news channel where it's got like the weather and like the traffic.
For Doom Patrol?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're going all Alita on us, doing lots of advertising.
I haven't seen any advertising in Canada.
Yeah, well, it was on the news, like the CP24, like the
Yeah.
channel you put on, and it's just
Yeah.
news and the weather and the stocks and stuff.
But did it say where it's coming to?
It was a trailer.
For what? But did it say where it's airing?
Oh, I didn't stay that long. I was on my mail run.
Okay.
So I paused to read the headline of the news,
Yeah.
and then there was that ad was playing.
Okay.
But I wasn't paying attention, I was just slowed down to look
Yeah.
at the TV.
Well, I hear it's really good.
Man.
But mind you, Titan had really good reviews.
Titan
and that
sucked.
was a bad show.
Reference our other podcast for that.
Uh,
Rant.
anyway, another DC Universe show, Stargirl, has released their
Yay.
first image.
Hooray.
You
Oh, it's Captain Marvel mixed with Captain America. You're like,
Wait, just because she's a female, she's Captain Marvel mixed with Captain America?
Captain Marvel had a star on her.
Yeah, but
And more blue. See? It works.
more the blue. The Captain America has lots of blue too.
That's just what came into my head.
Okay.
Don't call me sexist.
I don't know. I'm not super familiar with the character.
I'm not familiar with any DC shit.
It's not all crap. I promise. There's actual good stuff in the DC stuff.
Not recently. Not in the last 10 years. Change my mind. I need one of those signs. And I pulled that number out of the air. I don't know, what was 10 years ago or anything.
Yeah. I don't know, was the Justice League Unlimited still airing back then? Probably.
Oh, God. I never watched that. I just watched some of the old Justice League.
Super Friends?
It looks like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, Super Friends.
My mom liked that, apparently, when she was in college.
In college? Not as a child, but
No,
in
it was
college?
coming out in college, and it was like Steven Universe today. You know what I mean?
When did she go to college? In the 70s? 60s?
In the 80s.
That's not an 80s show. I'm pretty
The
sure it's from
80s
the
one.
60s
With
or
the Wonder
70s.
Twins. She was telling me about the Wonder
That
Twins.
might be it. No, I'm pretty sure it's not
Wait,
80s.
how old is she? Wait a minute. Let me do some math.
Hang on. When did Super Friends come out? I need to figure this out.
Okay,
Super Friends. They're the greatest super friends of anyone.
Oh my god, it was the 90s. Late 80s, early 90s.
73.
Okay, whatever. Her and her friend were the Super Twins or whatever. Her and
Wonder
her
Twins.
roommate. Whatever.
I think.
This has gone too far, Sarah.
No.
She was just talking about it because I tried to map out what the Marvel Universe is. She's like, you're going to have to draw me a picture. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. And I never did because we were at a restaurant.
But Stargirl, aside from her looking like a female Captain America,
She's
What do
got
you think
curly
of
hair
the-
like her.
but most women have curly hair like that.
Really?
In movies, yeah.
In movies, yeah. She's a movie, right? Or a show?
Movie show. Same
Animated?
difference. Huh? Does this look animated?
Yeah.
It's live action, dude. That's
Well,
a person.
I know it's supposed to be, but it's so CGI'd, it just looks like a cartoon.
It doesn't look CGI to me. The background is, and the scepter maybe.
And the clothes, and the person, and the whole picture, Sarah.
Photoshopped a little to make better looking, but...
It looks fake.
Well, of course, it's a comic book show. It's not supposed to look like,
Fake.
real. But apparently James Wan's executive producer, so... And he did direct, Aquaman, which did really well.
My mom said it was good.
Aquaman. I've heard it's really good. I really want to see it.
Too bad.
I just want to... I feel like I need to watch Justice League first to, get some background.
We've talked about this before and
We
how we
have.
just can't get through it. Right now we're doing a Marvel binge, so
After that,
no,
we'll do
we're
X-Men, and then we'll do that.
no, we need to take a break from superheroes after watching 107 hours of Marvel.
Okay.
We're gonna need a little breather.
Then I'll watch them on my days off.
No, we'll take
Oh.
a break, and then we'll watch it. We're gonna watch the animated Batman.
Okay. That's still superheroes.
Okay, we need to binge something else in between.
Okay.
We watched a lot of drug dealers. Now we gotta watch something
Okay.
else. Drug dealers, then superheroes. We need something. We're gonna be tired.
Yeah.
Horror movies.
Do some more commentaries.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. You know what else it's been a while since we talked about?
What?
The Mandalorian.
Yeah, that was one of our first
Uh,
episodes.
reportedly, it's already renewed for a second season.
I sent you that news.
You send me most of it. Or
I
I find it and then you send me it, and I'm like, oh, I already was going to talk about this.
Well, that's good sign, I guess, if it's already renewed for the second season. Or was that
Yeah.
April Fool's? Because that's when I got it.
No, March 31st.
Can I say something about the April Fools?
Yeah, say something about April Fool's, because yesterday was April Fool's.
And we were going to record the podcast, and then all the news was like too good to be true or too weird to be true.
Yeah.
So Think Geek, which is like a store,
Mm-hmm.
it's not sponsored by the way, did a contest to see which of its April Fool's products would become a real product.
Oh.
So they had like a Kirby Roomba. They had like this like onesie that's like a beanbag butt. So you sit down and it's like you're already in the beanbag chair and it's like a onesie. They had a Thor's hammer mailbox.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
I know, I'm like the Roomba thing looked really cool too.
Yeah.
The onesie, you know, like I could see it being a real product at Think Geek.
Yeah.
Like they sell that kind of stuff there. Like the burrito blanket and shit like that.
Yeah.
I forget the other ones. But I remember seeing that and it was like vote online to see which one if it's gets enough people saying I'd actually buy this, then they'll actually make it because they get the real specs for it before they put it on the site.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, it wouldn't be Roomba. You know, like they probably wouldn't partner with Roomba for it, but
Yeah.
I just thought that was like a cool little April Fool's thing I saw.
Yeah. Just gonna turn the gain down a bit.
No, it's good.
I'm seeing it go into the red a lot when you
The
talk.
whole thing is red.
No, the like spikes
Oh.
on this left. I just kicked the table. What are you trying to
I'm
do?
too short to whisper into the mic.
Hello,
No, don't do it.
it's me.
Stop. We don't have headphones, so I can't actually hear what that sounds like. But I remember it sounding creepy.
Hello.
Don't. We're gonna get flagged.
Guess I'm too good a singer.
I played that in a band once, and we rewrote it, and it was like completely different. Like the music, but the words were the same.
Weird.
They rearranged the music. It was weird because then I couldn't practice because I couldn't play along with anything.
Yeah.
Or like when we play in a different key than the recording, I'm like, how am I supposed to practice?
Yeah. But no, yeah, Mandalorian.
But I'm just saying the Roomba was cool. The Kirby Roomba, like
Yeah.
the top would be like sucking in air as an air filter, and the bottom being a vacuum.
But no, Mandalorian. Season 2. Yeah. If it's
If it's good,
getting a season 2, that means the first season has to be good.
or they had a lot of money.
I mean, considering how much they spent on it. Or what it looks like.
Disney, they have a lot of money.
Yeah.
They own everything.
That is their
Including your
focus in
soul.
2018 or 2019.
Yeah.
Is the Disney Plus service, so
Why are you staring at my hair?
no reason.
Does it look bad?
It's just a little messy. Okay, now it's even more messy. Cool.
That's the look I'm going for.
It's
I
a
want bangs.
Different kind of messy.
I want really ugly bangs again.
All bangs are ugly.
But you saw my yearbook picture.
I hate bangs on people. I'm sorry.
You wouldn't
If
have liked
have
me in grade
bangs.
10.
You do you. But like,
What about the side bang?
if it's to the side, it's fine. But if it's like straight down onto your face, I have really long hair, so it's like just down to my chin.
I like
but-
how your really long hair is most people's short hair.
Really?
Yeah, it's not even touching your shoulders.
Oh, yeah. For men, women. For men's haircut, this would be considered like really long hair.
It's not touching your shoulders, aka it is still.
It's going past my chin.
Yeah, when you pull it over, but the haircut itself doesn't go to your shoulders.
Yeah.
Did you text more news?
Fill
What?
one line. Puzzle game.
What?
Let's train your brain.
Let's drill the mic.
No, don't drill my mic. No, Caden! No! Ah! God damn it! How dare you put a hole in my mic?
Now it's got better acoustics.
Now I'm gonna have to kill you.
Oh shit, that clipped hard.
Oh, yeah. Let's get back on track.
This happens when two ADD people do a podcast.
So, yeah, Mandalorian Season 2, good news.
Sure.
Bad
If it
news.
sucks, then it sucks.
Well, if it sucks, they can always, like, go back on it. Isn't that a thing that's possible?
Well, if they've renewed it, that means they probably already started production.
Yeah,
Or at
on
least-
a second season?
Or planning production.
Planning, yeah, but
But
a lot of projects a lot of planned seasons for things can be ended from something just being canceled out of the blue.
I didn't actually put a hole in the mic.
Yes, I know.
They don't know.
I figured they would figure it out by the fact that the mic is still recording, and it sounds the exact same as it would have before. Yeah, so, other news.
Is that all the news?
That's not all the news. You know, have you ever heard of a little indie film called Avengers Endgame?
Yeah.
Yeah? You've heard of that?
I just bought material for it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I bought little figures.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Check out my website. www.conquestcrafts.com.
Cool.
That was random. Sorry.
No, I don't think so.
It's just a random plug for my other projects.
If it's a plug, it's not a random plug. Is
Hair
it?
plug? It was just randomly placed.
Sure. Yeah. I
No,
don't
but
know, we were
honestly, check
talking
it out.
about
I make all sorts of stuff.
But anyway,
I'm a busy man. So a little indie film called The Avengers Endgame got a
They
new
released
trailer.
no, I wasn't gonna get into the trailer yet.
Oh, they released all those posters.
Yes, they
which
released a bunch of
confirmed
posters.
that Shuri is dead.
Yes, Shuri
Or
is dead.
poofed, I should say. That's her name, right?
Yeah,
I'm just thinking of how it's spelled.
Shuri.
Yeah.
Shuri.
We did some Marvel trivia, and we did really well. But I memorized all the names during a drink break.
Yeah.
We did amazingly well.
Not really, but
Well, we did on the second half.
yeah,
We did like almost perfect on the second half.
yeah. The final round we got like
We got perfect.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. It was the first round where we struggled.
First two, because they were doing questions that kind of.
It was
It was more just name things, and I'm not good with names too much.
and I had no idea. So in between, like when there was a break, I went and memorized all these names from the next phase of movies.
Yeah.
It was really fun. It was to get us pumped for Endgame. So those posters did the same thing, pumping us for Endgame, and I saw plenty of memes.
Oh yeah,
Where
really
they-
custom memes.
Like Avenge the Fallen.
But they also
and it's like
yeah,
it's the creator of Marvel, Stan Lee.
yeah.
I was like, Steve? And
What
then,
about
no.
Stanley?
Well, I saw one where it was him. It was Avenge the Fallen.
Yeah.
And it was Stan Lee, like in black and white.
Yeah,
Because he's dead in real life.
yeah.
It was a joke.
Um,
I wonder if they can
probably
make it
more
poof.
memorial, but
No, it was a meme. Like, it was on a meme thing.
yeah.
Yeah. I saw all sorts of things. Like, it's all your fault, and it's a picture of Star-Lord and all this stuff.
Yeah. But
It sparked the memes.
the posters, they also showed some other characters that they confirmed some other characters as being alive that we didn't know were alive.
Like who?
Like Happy. Happy
Oh,
Hogan,
Happy. Yeah.
Pepper Potts.
Yeah. We also. Oh, sorry, that's later.
Yeah. And we see her in the most recent trailer.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
But these posters came out first.
I know. I'm sorry. I was just thinking about it.
And Valkyrie from Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, we just didn't know it would be in it.
Yeah, we don't know.
Because she was a side character in another movie, not in an Avengers movie.
Well, the thing is, like, Thanos attacked all the Asgardians. No one really, aside from like the Russos saying something here and there was no real confirmation why we didn't see her or Korg on the ship with them. And what the Russos did say is that they were able to evacuate like half the population from the ships. But the fact that she's in that poster gets me excited because, like,
she's gonna be in the movie.
Yeah, and
they just made a really deceptive poster. You know these people.
She'll have some.
But that would be really deceptive.
Yeah, they don't quite go that far. They only do it on trailers, really.
Or it's just like they take out all small details or whatever.
Or some toy marketing, because like there was a.
And also could just be changed.
There was a Funko Pop made of for Infinity War where the Hulk pops out of the Hulkbuster suit, and that never happened in the movie.
I feel like because the Hulk was I feel like they changed what they were gonna do with the Hulk probably part way.
Except, I don't think they did because they have said that. Okay, here's the story with the Hulk for Thor Ragnarok, Infinity War, and Endgame. They asked, who's the actor's name?
See, this is why we didn't do well in trivia.
Mark Ruffalo. They asked Mark Ruffalo if you were to have another solo, or I guess his first, because he wasn't in
the solo Hulk movie.
The solo one, because Edward Norton was, and he
that was a question
well with others.
That was a question on the Marvel trivia.
Yeah, but no, he They asked Mark Ruffalo if you were to do a solo Hulk film, what would you want it to be? And he said, "Oh, I'd like them to do this, this, and this." And Kevin Feige was like, "All right, we'll do that in the next 3 movies." And those 3 movies are Thor Ragnarok, Infinity War, and Endgame.
Instead of giving him his own movie, just more.
They're just drawing out the story arc.
Yeah. That's good.
So, yeah.
Because the Hulk movie didn't do well, so they probably don't want to invest into a Hulk 2 and people didn't like Hulk 1.
And also, there's some copyright issues, too, because the Hulk was co-produced by Universal Studios.
Because it was one of the earliest ones.
Yeah. So, Universal Studios still have the rights to those characters.
But they can use them in Avengers.
No, here's the deal they made. Like, any solo Hulk story, Universal has a profit in and a say in. So.
And they have to keep this continuity so tight that they don't want to work with too many studios.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing that with Spider-Man, and that's worked out fine, except for some...
There was a continuity mistake in the titling.
Yeah.
I hope they fix that. Like, they go and George Lucas it up and just fix it in the special edition.
On the DVD, you mean?
Yeah.
Or
it's just a joke.
Home release.
Like when they go and then they change something in the movie, like a mistake.
Yeah.
George Lucas it up. I've heard people talk about it like that.
Yeah. But
they should do that with the Harry Potter and redo the CGI in the first one. Oh God, it's bad. Have you seen that castle? It looks like a early like the time video game.
Oh, the CG. Yeah.
Of the castle when
I wish they would do that for like really popular. They do it for some, like Blade Runner. They did a final cut where they polished the effects, but
just polish Harry Potter. You know what? Just remake all the Harry Potters because they went downhill.
Yeah, I think they're busy trying to milk the franchise first with Fantastic Beasts.
Maybe after JK passes in like 30 years. How old is
here's
she?
another thing I saw that I don't know if it was a prank or not. Was apparently J.K. Rowling, I think it was an April Fool's joke. But if it is, it's kind of, in my opinion, a bit in bad taste. But apparently, J.K. Rowling announced that she's making a spin-off and Harry Potter's going to be bisexual with Ron in it.
That feels like it's fake.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's fake. I've only found it at the one place, and I searched it up, and there was, like, nothing. So no, it's fake, but it was, like, ugh. But anyway, the Revenge of the Fallen posters. What do you think of
Well, the
them
posters
general?
themselves are just their photos from the...
No, they're not.
Mostly.
No, they're not. They're different angles.
But I
Completely.
mean, like, they look very similar.
Yeah, but that's just posters in general.
I know, but like at first glance, it looks like, oh, they just took the pictures and blew
Yeah,
them
I
up.
noticed you said that, but I'm like...
Well, that's just my impression.
Yeah, and then
whether
I
it's
looked
true or
at
not.
it more, and I'm like, no, they're at completely different angles.
But you know
Their
what I mean?
eyes they're looking at different spots. Some of their heads are turned different ways. I did see a cool Photoshop where they Photoshopped the black and white guys in with the like a corresponding of the one that's not fallen.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bucky and Steve, a Spider-Man and a Iron Man and a Captain Marvel and a Fury. And like those were really cool. Okay. Moving on, I guess.
Explaining a picture.
I
is
really like
sometimes
the
hard.
posters. But I like the posters in general. I thought they were cool, and I thought it was an interesting way to confirm some things.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm like, can we get those around the house?
Oh yeah, they're so cool.
Yeah. Let's hit up our local Staples and get them printed.
Yeah.
Don't sue us.
You say don't sue us, Sarah?
No, I couldn't think of the company that owns it. Disney. We wouldn't sell them, I swear. Oh my god, we haven't switched over our calendar.
Okay, stay focused here.
I can't, my arm is itchy.
Yeah.
It's like getting worse. Look at that.
So you just told everyone you have a rash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is that embarrassing?
You're right. It shouldn't be.
It's a rash. I don't know where it's from. It's only on the one arm. No, it's on both. It's weird.
It's probably just puberty.
Just property, just puberty.
Probably.
What did you do to your neck?
What's up with my neck?
You have like 2 parallel cuts.
Here?
Yeah.
I need to look at that in a second. I didn't know that existed.
Like they're not like cuts, like bleeding, but like
Scrapes.
but dark. Like
I need to look at it.
let's just compliment each other's appearance more. Your hair is messy. You have diagonal lines on your neck.
You need to shave. I know I do. I need to shave.
So do I. My face.
Another reportedly renewed for a second season thing. The Umbrella Academies.
Oh,
renewed for a second season.
yeah, yay.
Yeah. We've both seen that. We're gonna talk about them eventually.
Yeah.
We just haven't gotten down to it yet.
Life happened.
Yeah. It's really good. I like the first season. So they left it open that I was kind of like, if there wasn't a second season, I'd be like, no.
Yeah, it wasn't a satisfying series finale.
Huh?
It wasn't a satisfying series finale.
Yeah, season finale, yes.
Yeah, but series, no.
Yeah, so it need a second season. I actually read the book, or the first book, the first one, because there's like 3. And I read the first one, which the first season is like kind of based off of a bit. Not all of it, but some of it.
Yeah.
The bones of the show is basically that first
I like how you
book.
touched your shoulder like you're like the gorilla guy.
Uh,
So that's exciting. We'll get into more of our thoughts
Yeah.
on that in our next podcast, probably.
yeah,
Or like 12 from now, who knows?
who knows?
You'll knows because it will be the future.
Who knows?
Like the listener.
They might. Who
Must-
knows?
What?
They might be watching it right after this.
They might be watching us right now.
Watching us. Imagine if our lives are just like a Truman Show type thing.
Oh no.
You do know that movie, right?
No, but I would imagine it. I can imagine what you mean.
Basically, this guy's in a TV show, and he did not know, and then he finds out, like, reality TV show kind of thing, but like, it's also based off a Twilight Zone episode, so.
Oh, it sounds Black Mirror.
Huh?
Sounds Black Mirror.
Yeah. It's Jim Carrey, so it's not quite so dark as Black Mirror would
It's more
be.
of a gray mirror.
But mind you, he did do Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which is a really dark film, so. Anyway.
What are we talking about? Trailers? Let's move this right along to some trailers, because I think that's all our news.
No.
No!
One more thing.
Oh.
Apparently. I also don't know if this is real or not because it dropped yesterday, but apparently the Russo brothers have said that Endgame might be Stan Lee's last cameo. Like it,
That wouldn't be a good joke.
yeah, I don't think it's a joke. It sounds real.
Yeah.
But the quotes they put, like, make it sound like... They're like, I believe that his final cameo is in Endgame. I
Well,
don't remember if he was well enough to do the cameo in Spider-Man Homecoming. Sort of thing. And, like...
Well, he would I would only expect him obviously a cameo in movies that were in production when he was still alive. You know what I mean? Unless they had a bank of them, you know.
Well, here's the thing. They have said that they've shot, like, multiple
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. But maybe they're not going to work.
Yeah.
Or maybe they don't like to put him in after.
Yeah.
It just depends.
Also... Here's the thing. That was, like... I feel like that was his... legacy. That was his, He loved doing those cameos.
Yeah, so I don't think it would be in poor
Reporting.
taste to keep putting them in if they're
Yeah.
already filmed.
Yeah, and I don't think it would be in poor taste to do a digital one either.
No, I don't think so. Because it's different. Like, that's
Yeah.
what he did.
And they do have the money to... They do have the money. They do have the face scans.
And they have enough footage, I would say, to piece something together.
Yeah.
Or, like, enough voice, as an example.
Yeah, so they could always... That was actually kind of something they did with Captain Marvel, is they didn't quite have enough voice footage, so they reached out to Kevin Smith, because the cameo was he was practicing his lines for Mallrats, so they reached out to the director of that film, Kevin Smith, and got some other takes from him.
Nice.
So yeah, no, it's pretty...
Like, I don't think it's in poor taste.
I don't think it would be in poor
Like,
taste.
obviously, these days, actors that would be in roles that would be people would want them to reprise forever, they're gonna have to sort of say yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Carrie Fisher said no, I believe, to being digitally inserted into the movies. She was okay with it while she was alive, but I feel like I've heard that where she said no to anything
She didn't
else.
like say specifically, but I think it's more the family. The family and Lucasfilm just kind of didn't felt
I
it
feel
would
like
be in
she
bad
said
taste.
no. I think they asked her, and I think that's something they're gonna have to start asking people.
Well, she said something. She made a comment at like some awards show when she was like roasting George Lucas.
Oh,
Where-
maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Where she made some joke like, after I die, you could just digitally put me into a film in a bikini and no one would care, or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
But I just like these
and she
days,
is going to be in 9,
because she already filmed it.
but they're using scenes from The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi that were like cut.
Yeah.
They didn't already film it before
Oh.
she passed away. They already filmed The Last Jedi before she passed away.
Yeah.
Like, she passed away almost a year before Last Jedi came out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
And they didn't know, like, she wasn't very old and such. Like, her mom was still alive.
Yeah.
She died the same week, but
I know.
but
It's
that
like,
is
ooh.
why, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes that shock to the system does you in if you're not doing well. I know other people in real life where that's happened.
Yeah.
Not
Move
just
on
celebrities.
to a faster.
Fast and Furious 80.
A happier.
As we both start playing with Legos.
Sorry, I just had to do that. Kaden got a cool Iron Man Lego figure where
And
his,
it could be
mask
yours.
comes up.
And it can be yours. Go to www.conquestcrafts.com.
Just might take a bit to get made.
Oh, it'll take me 5 seconds. Here, I can do it now, live on the podcast.
Don't. But it has like a mask that comes up, and I just need to open it.
And I make them into keychains, and it will be preserved in the keychain that his mask will be able to move.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to do some finagling, but it will work. I promise.
Yeah.
That was a weird word. I like it.
Finagling.
I think
All
that
right.
is the right word.
Let's talk some trailers.
Okay. Are we ever gonna? What movie did we watch this week? I don't even
We'll
know.
get there.
Oh my god.
Avengers Endgame did release a new trailer. A special look was the title of it.
Here's what I think. I think it's too much. I
Yeah,
think they needed
I
to
think
stop
this
at
is
the
the
last
last-
one.
this-
No, they needed to stop already.
Yeah, I think so too.
After those posters, I think we were pumped. Everyone was pumped.
Mhm.
And now it's like I almost feel like we've seen too much.
Yeah.
And
Though
it's starting
also
to
at the same time,
unpump
the
me.
Russos have said they're not releasing anything past the first 8 minutes or first 10 minutes or something like that. So
But
I feel like we've seen a lot, but also at the same time, I don't feel like we've seen the whole movie. Like, I
No.
feel like this is still, like, within the first half hour.
But this is like the reason I don't like trailers. That I'm pumped. You've sold me.
Yeah.
You don't keep going.
Yeah.
And I just feel like they're keeping going, and I'm like, stop!
And that's
I'm
kind
gonna
of what
see
I
it.
said to you, too, was, like, if they release another trailer, I'm not going to watch it.
No, we're gonna go cold turkey from now on.
Yeah. Well, I'll still watch, like, all cast interviews and such, but
I will not.
I like
going-
cast interviews.
I'm
don't-
going cold turkey till after the movie.
Yeah. They usually don't spoil anything in interviews because
But I saw
Disney's
something.
on them all the time.
But I saw something about Tom Holland spoiled something. I didn't click
Recently?
it though. Yeah, or maybe it was April Fool's.
Oh.
But it was
It's-
like Tom Holland just can't keep his mouth shut or something.
That's just period.
Well, it's true, but I think there was something he said. Or
I don't
almost
think he said anything about Endgame.
But you never know. Maybe that he's in a sequel, but I think we all know that.
And even some of those, I feel...
I have a question.
What?
Is the third movie also a sequel?
Yes.
Or
It's
is
a
it
sequel to...
trequel?
It's at least a sequel to the sequel.
No, but it's not called a trequel or something, is it? The third sequel?
No, it's a sequel.
This is where my mind goes.
Well,
okay?
it would be second sequel, technically. Well, a fourth movie would be a third sequel.
I'm just wondering.
No, it would still be a sequel, I'm pretty sure. There's no such thing as a trequel.
Trequel.
There's a trilogy, which would include 1, 2, and 3.
And then there's a saga, which can be as many as you want.
Yeah.
It's 1, 2, 3, or any.
Well, 2 can't be a saga.
2 can be an original and a sequel.
Yeah.
It's still a thing. I feel like there's a word for that.
A duality?
I like it. A 2-pack DVD.
Yeah.
A duality. All right.
Anyway,
So the trailer showed too much. Showed Pepper.
I feel like they
Showed
show...
Tony already saved. where I saw a theory online where it could have been that the Tony in the suit is Tony from the past and he didn't get saved. And I was like, ooh. But then I'm like, this is clearly Tony being saved and then reuniting with Pepper. I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
So it just closes possibilities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I don't want in this kind of trailer.
Yeah, I've seen that theory too, but I've also been like...
Because he looks young there.
He looks about the same age.
I know, but like he doesn't look all beat up, or he looks beat up.
Yeah, he doesn't look all beat up.
Yeah.
But I've heard that theory too, and like... I think that's some of the theories where they're just going at plot points from the comics and being like, what if they did this? Because there was a plot point in the comics where Tony Stark died, and then they brought in teenage Tony Stark.
Oh, that's not what I was
No,
saying.
he didn't die. He became evil, and then they brought in teenage Tony Stark to fight against Tony Stark. I think. I don't
never
know. There's
read
so many
theories.
comic books.
I never read theories. It just popped into my news.
I'm not a
feed.
big fan of. I don't
want
know.
to
I
know.
like some fan theories. I just don't like a lot of the. What if this Tony Stark's like a? If it's something so fantastical like that, it's either. It's like I want it to be fake or fuck you for spoiling it.
Yeah, and I'm also just sort of like, I don't like it because sometimes the real answer is not super creative, and sometimes these fan theories are just brilliant.
Yeah.
And I just like, I don't want to get disappointed.
Over speculation have hurt movies before, like
That's why I'm like,
Jedi.
stop with Endgame.
Like The Last Jedi is a big example of fans backlashing because
Wasn't what they thought it would be.
Yeah, because they're expecting answers to things like who Snoke is, who Rey's parents was, and they weren't given much answers. Or in Rey's parents, they were told nobody's. But even then, there's flexibility in that because that was just Rey saying what she thought she already knew.
Yeah, like that's why it also like a reason I never watch trailers or like I try not to interact too much is just overhyped.
Yeah.
I don't like. I've been disappointed before.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I saw Harry Potter, I would be so hyped. When I was little, 8-year-old me, I was cutting out newspaper clippings.
Yeah.
About the Harry Potter movies. That's how excited I was. And then they were fine, but they're not awesome.
Yeah.
So it'd always be disappointing in the end because it wasn't what you imagined. What you imagine is always better. So if you try not to do too much speculating, then you'll enjoy the movie better.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, too many trailers is like not good.
Yeah. Well, I always try to. I usually stop around 3 or 2. And really, I probably wouldn't have seen this last one unless you sent it to me.
Well, I sent it to you just because of the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of the thing too, and I felt that too, but I
hadn't seen it or anything.
Don't want to watch it and watch any new ones after this one because I feel like this did give because it was still only like a minute long and it still looks like it's only the first 30 minutes of the movie, but it was also different scenes and different. They didn't repeat anything from any of the other trailers, and I feel like I'd rather trailers that do repeat a bit and just put it in different perspective or something.
Yeah, no, this one I felt like I was disappointed. The other ones I'm so hyped. This one I'm like, stop.
Yeah. Annabelle Comes Home
is the next trailer we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
That just felt random out of the blue. I was just thinking about that. I was like, I'm really excited, and I'm like, I kind of want to do a binge before seeing it.
Of those again?
I know, we've already done commentaries of them.
Except The Nun.
Except The Nun, because that was one of our first podcasts.
No, it was before we started the podcast.
Was it?
Yeah.
We just talked about it?
We didn't talk. We talked about it during one of the commentaries.
Oh, well, maybe we could do a commentary on The Nun then.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
But no,
one of our commentaries for those didn't record. Or didn't export. But anyway, I kind of want to watch them again. And I'll probably watch them myself, or if you want to watch them again. Or at least the Annabelles.
Some of them, yeah.
Just Annabelle 1 and 2, even.
Oh. Maybe the first one, not the second one. Or Creation, not Annabelle.
Yeah, Annabelle was kind of boring.
Annabelle
No, I'm
sucks.
really excited. I really like these movies in general. Like, they're all pretty good.
Yeah, I like a lot of the Conjuring movies too. Annabelle sucks though. Annabelle Creations was okay.
I like it's a good time. It's not super
Yeah.
scary.
The
I'm
Nun I liked, but I feel like
That wasn't based on a real story, I don't think.
neither are. Some of these are, but some of these aren't.
Which
Yeah.
is interesting. I really like them though. I'm gonna be honest. Like, they're like I love them. Like, I'll just watch
they're
them.
very interesting.
But it's not like they're super scary or super good. They're just like a movie I could watch again and again.
Yeah.
They're probably up there in my favorite movies in terms of movies I'll watch again and again and again.
Yeah, and I think they're a solid universe.
Yeah.
In a world of cinematic universes that keep tanking, I feel like
And superheroes. These are different.
yeah, I feel like this is one that's started on good grounds with The Conjuring.
Mm-hmm.
Annabelle wasn't good, but Annabelle Creations at least was I found a very interesting film.
It was fun.
And was fun, yes. And
When they stopped being based on real events, it got more interesting.
mm-hmm. And they weren't really.
Annabelle
only-
1 was. That's why.
It was? I thought only The Conjuring was.
Conjuring 1 and 2 and
Yeah,
Annabelle.
I thought Conjuring 1 and 2 were the
I
only
think
ones.
Nun's based on something that did happen, but not like specifics.
Yeah, I think it's more just based off the character in Conjuring 2.
Yeah, but I think there's some sort of myth that it like.
Well, of
feeds off
course. But
like it's based on something. It's not
Yeah.
just out of the air.
that's true for most horror movies.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to think like which other ones were real events. I just think those three. I think Annabelle 1, at least it was.
Well, that's all the movies. There's only 5 so far.
I know. I feel like there's more because Insidious in my mind, like, get confused.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited. June.
Yeah, it looks really good. Well, it looks.
Like Conjuring movie.
Yeah, it looks more like Conjuring because the Warrens are in it. Though from the trailer, it doesn't look like they have a big part. It's more the daughter and some babysitters.
That's okay.
But yeah,
I'm sure they're in it.
oh, they are in it because
Like
we've seen
more,
them in
like,
the trailer.
I'm just excited. Like
I feel like they're probably going to be in like
I
the
think-
first few scenes and then the last few scenes.
I feel like I'm more of a fan of those than you,
Yeah.
but I'm just really excited.
No, like I feel like it could. I really like the concept of the story, of it being taking place during that time in the Warrens' house. Because for a spin-off and for an Annabelle movie, that's a very interesting concept to kind of put it in more with the Conjuring.
I know. I just like so excited.
Oh yeah, it looks really good.
And the other one that they have coming out for that looks really good too.
Which one?
Something.
Has that ever been confirmed?
No, there's trailers. We've seen it.
Yeah, but has that ever been confirmed as in The Conjuring?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They've said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw another trailer and it said in the Conjuring universe.
Oh, okay.
I think.
But that's what... I only thought they said that for the Annabelle one just now.
No, I'm pretty sure they said, or it was in the description. I looked it up.
Maybe.
I think it is.
Because I've looked it up a bunch of times and, like, haven't been given a
Well,
solid
once
answer.
we see it, we'll know for sure.
Yeah.
But
Because
excited
it does
for that.
have the priest playing... The actor for the priest from Annabelle playing a priest in La
I'm pretty
Llorona,
sure it is.
So.
I'm excited
And
for
it
that
is
too.
executive producer James Wan.
I'm excited for that too. I really like horror movies.
Yeah, look, I
Like,
like horror movies too.
Like, I think you're not very excited for Pet Sematary,
It's just not my cup of tea in terms of horror movies.
but I'm saying let's see it because it
Okay.
looks like a good time.
Okay.
Because it's a horror movie in the theaters,
Yeah.
and that's really all the requirements for me to see it.
Yeah. Oh.
And I've seen a review of the second original one,
Mm-hmm.
and it was really bad. So I have high hopes that it's gonna have a lot of content for our podcast here.
Yeah.
It just looks silly enough to talk about.
Okay. Yeah. But that's Cemetery, though. You're just
Pet
talking-
Sematary.
Okay. Not Annabelle.
No,
Okay.
but Annabelle, I'm excited to see
Yeah,
too. Like
I'm
really excited.
I'm excited.
It doesn't have to be good. I'm just gonna see it anyway.
Oh, I'm going to see it anyway. But like, I don't know. I feel like it's either gonna be. I feel like it's either gonna be a really good movie or a okay movie.
It's gonna be fun, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Well,
is there a Sinister 3 coming out?
Well, here's the thing. I feel like if it's just an okay movie, I don't feel like it'll be the funnest film. I don't know.
I have high hopes that they know what they're doing because The Nun was good and they've just gotten sort of better. Yeah, Annabelle sucked, but the other ones were good.
Yeah, I like The Nun too, but critically, The Nun's been worse than been the worst one in terms of Rotten Tomatoes. It's the worst rated.
Oh, who cares about the tomatoes? I care about what I like.
Yeah. I do too care about what I like, but...
What else did we see?
What?
What else? Trailers.
Okay, we'll move on. The Dead Don't Die, new zombie film.
Yeah, I sent you that. Did you know about it before?
I knew about it before.
It just looks like fun. It's a funny movie, not
yeah, it
a
looks
horror
really
movie.
Fun.
But zombies, and I'm
really
down for that.
Really good cast.
Yeah.
Bill Murray, Adam Driver, Selena Gomez.
I was like, is that Selena Gomez? She's still around?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, didn't she die? And then I'm like, no, she didn't die. She's fine. Because she had a kidney transplant.
Oh.
Because she has lupus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't know that was a thing.
That's what my grandma had, and she had a kidney transplant. Huh. That's why I knew these things.
Okay.
She's fine now. Once you get it, you're fine now.
Yeah.
It's like, but if you don't, it's like your whole life. You never get rid of lupus, but you can go into remission.
I haven't seen her in anything super recently. I do know she was a producer on 13 Reasons Why, which is a pretty...
It's not a one for the resumes.
It's not a good show, but it's a funny show. Well, unintentionally.
Oh no!
Because
Isn't it about suicide?
Yeah.
I can't open
they
that
try
can of worms.
So hard to be edgy, and it backfires.
Okay, I kind of want to watch that now. Maybe that'll be what we binge after Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that.
Maybe.
You're like, no. That's what I'll binge.
I've heard it's actually been pretty triggering.
So you're like, don't binge it, Kanan.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now into some of the... Well, let's just talk about 2 trailers that we saw.
No, we saw the Dead one. I'm like really excited. We didn't talk about it yet.
I thought we were just talking about it.
We talked about it for half a second.
Oh. Yeah, it looks really good.
Like, I don't know what else to say about it, but we didn't like just end up about it. Like,
I guess I didn't see a lot of jokes in the trailer.
But I feel like it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
like
weird.
It was funny without any jokes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like that in a movie.
Yeah.
Because he's from Ghostbusters, right?
Bill Murray, yeah.
Yeah. And he's in Zombieland.
Yeah.
Spoilers? No. That movie came out like 10 years ago. There's going to be a Zombieland 2, though. We've talked about that on here.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Now,
if
zombies...
not, we're talking about it now.
Ooh, yeah. Zombies, sometimes for me, can be like... Don't sit well with me.
Yeah.
Because I start thinking about, like, zombie survival. And it can be, like, something that, like... I don't know how to describe it. It's not like it scares me, but it starts... I think about it a lot.
Yeah.
So I have to sort of, like... I had to stop watching Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I had to stop things like that. Like, we were going to play a zombie D&D game.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to stop that and stuff like that.
I don't know. Zombie movies...
But I think that... Just a movie is okay.
Yeah. I feel like...
Zombie movies just feel real-ish. And that's why I think it was...
That's the thing, is they're very much... Really good ones are very much character pieces.
Yeah.
They're not... I don't find them super scary.
Have you seen, like,
I would
the
never...
Dawns of Deads and stuff?
I've seen Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead.
I seen the new one in the mall, and then the original one in the mall.
So you've seen the remake of Dawn of the Dead and the original Dawn of the Dead?
But not the first one. Not the Rise or whatever, the first one.
Night of the Living Dead?
Yeah. I've only seen reviews of the 30th anniversary edition. Which they added new scenes, which you can really tell, and it looks terrible.
How can you add new scenes
to
a black and white film?
And the new scenes were filmed and looked like they were filmed in 2005. God. Put in black and white.
Oh, God.
And then inserted, weirdly into the movie. I saw it on Phaelus. It was really
Not
awful.
even... and they
No,
can't
it was just no.
have new actors
No,
either.
new actors.
Like playing the same characters?
No, new characters.
Just added into the story?
And they got the original.
Was it a new storyline, or were they like awkwardly placed into the existing
new storyline?
So like a random subplot.
No,
just
a
put
random
into...
priest is now big a part of the movie, and they got one of the original actors who played a zombie to come back and play the same zombie.
But he looks really old.
But it just looked really funny.
Yeah.
It just looks like he like decomposed more on his way.
Yeah.
But like it was cool, like because he was the first zombie.
Yeah.
Like the one that starts it all in the first in the
okay.
movie, and they got him back. Like he was a character, like not just a random zombie.
Yeah.
Like the first zombie you would
Yeah.
encounter in the movie that it's like you're with for like 10, 15 minutes.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, I don't know, but like that's the character, how he described it in the first zombie.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway. No, it looks like a
But
good
they had this
film.
random preacher, and he's terrible, and he's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Zombie comedies. I like a lot of zombie comedies.
I've never
I like
seen
Shaun of the
one.
Dead. Yes, you have.
Zombieland, yes, I have.
I watched it with you, and you've seen Shaun of the Dead, haven't you?
No,
Oh, I thought you said you did.
I've seen Hot Fuzz.
Only Hot Fuzz?
And I hate Hot Fuzz. Not because it's bad, but because I have a triggering story about it. Traumatizing story about it, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you hate things, even if they're not bad, because they were bad in context.
Little.
Oh, we're going blast from the past with this one. Didn't we see Captain Marvel after?
What?
No, we saw this first.
We saw Captain Marvel, then us.
Yeah. That's what I said. Little looks really funny, and I'd actually see it. I don't see a lot of comedies.
Yeah.
What was that other comedy we saw? Anne Hathaway and stuff. Like, for example, I don't really care to see that, but I'll see this one.
The one with Rebel Wilson. Rebel Wilson?
I would see that, maybe.
Is her name Rebel Wilson, or am I No, it is Rebel Wilson. I'm not confusing her with the Rebel Ally from Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's...
but, like, comedies I like, but I don't tend to go see them.
Yeah, I'd rather wait for a comedy to drop on Netflix or something, personally.
But then, even then, when do we watch a comedy on Netflix? We've never watched a comedy on Netflix except for Arrested Development.
I tend to watch them when you're not here.
Oh, without me, is it? Yeah,
Well,
like when I came home and I was
You've
left.
said before you don't like comedies, so...
I like comedies. Who said that? Not me. Remy, maybe. She doesn't like when I laugh. Remy. are you
No,
alive?
Little. It looks really good. It's a concept that's been done before, but...
It's kind of like Freaky Friday, but like in her own life. Instead of a mom and a daughter switching, it's her switching with herself to being a younger person.
Well, there's a lot
the concept is similar.
It's that kind of concept of like, I wish this thing happened to you, and then it happened, and usually it starts out with a really bitchy person, and then they learn to become a good person through the story, or
it looks
something
clever
like
enough
that.
though to be its own thing.
And even that particular thing has been done before. Like, I don't know, and I like the joke in it where, no, that's some white people shit. We don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's true. You don't see those type of stories with that. It usually is a white cast when you see those stories. I feel like I dug myself a hole and I need to get it out.
You didn't know how to phrase that.
Yeah.
What was interesting is, can we talk about what movie we're going to see in context of this trailer?
Yeah.
Okay, so we saw this movie ahead of Us.
Yeah.
And Us is not a comedy.
No.
It's funny, but it's not a comedy.
It's a horror.
But it's a black cast movie.
Yeah.
Just like Us. And I'm like, because usually the movies you see, the trailers you see are like the movie you're going to see.
Sometimes.
And the reason, like that's how they do it.
Yeah.
A kids movie, you're going to see more kids movies. A horror movie, you're going to see more horror movies. Or
but sometimes they just
action
put
movies.
in popular trailers. Like, for example, for this one of the Avengers trailers was in it.
Yeah.
So.
But I don't think Little is the Avengers. The
Yeah.
reason Little was played is because it's also a black cast.
Yeah.
And to me, it's a little bit problematic that this movie is being grouped with Us just because they're both black casts.
I'm pretty sure.
Whereas the content is not similar. And the actors aren't the same.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we
Thought that was interesting, but also like, is that problematic? I don't know.
Yeah, I think we also saw that trailer ahead of Captain Marvel, like ending right when we got into the theater.
Yeah.
So
maybe they're just pushing the marketing, but just to me, sometimes I've noticed.
No, yeah.
Or even when I saw Get Out and stuff, like the trailers before Get Out, I remember thinking like, these don't have anything to do with Get Out itself.
Yeah.
And
but even sometimes in not ethical movies, ethical.
Ethnic.
Sometimes in more of the conservative white films, you do see some of those too.
I know, but
just
it's
a trailer
always...
that doesn't belong really.
Maybe. I don't know. I was just thinking like, it stands out to me sometimes when you see a movie with a majorly black cast, and then the trailers for it always have a comedy with a majorly black cast, like mostly
and
black
I think
cast.
that's also just because
that's how they're marketing it. People that were really...
I don't think it's just that. I think it's also just Hollywood in general. Most movies with all black casts or most black casts are comedies, which is just another inherent thing that's wrong with Hollywood in general.
Yeah.
That they're starting to move a bit with Black Panther. Once they saw how popular Black Panther is, they're starting to give some leeway in terms of more diverse casts.
Or just not white casts.
Yeah.
Because also Crazy Rich Asian was an all Asian cast, or like mostly Asian cast, and it did really well as well.
Yeah.
We haven't
seen it. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
It's not our kind of movie rom-com thing.
Yeah.
I'd see it. Like, I'm not, like, whatever, but I wouldn't seek it out.
Mm-hmm. One more trailer, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I don't really remember.
The new Robert Rodriguez film. Not Robert Rodriguez. Quentin Tarantino. I'm sorry.
I was like, what?
I shouldn't have gotten those mixed up. Quentin Tarantino film. They often contribute to each other. They're really good friends, so it's easy for me to get them mixed up. But anyway.
His 9th one. Or
yes,
was it 7th one?
His ninth. Not his 7th.
I don't know. It was like an odd number.
Pretty sure it's 9th. Because he said before he's only going to do 10 movies.
Oh. So that's why that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm the 9th one. They're not like they're interconnected. Like sometimes a little bit, but not really.
They're in the same world.
Sometimes.
Not. The only time it's sometimes is if it's a movie in his world.
Oh.
Like Kill Bill's a film within the world of Pulp Fiction and.
But isn't it the same actors?
Bastards and stuff. Yeah, it's some of the same actors, but. Kevin Smith movies all take place in the same world, and they repeat actors.
Mm-hmm.
Just because Marvel doesn't repeat actors doesn't mean other universes don't.
Hey, I don't know. I've only seen like Pulp Fiction and Kill Bill.
Yeah.
And Kill Bill 2.
Yeah.
And
I just love Quentin Tarantino. I love a lot of his films.
They're a bit gory for me.
Oh, you're not a big fan of gore?
I don't mind. Maybe I like it better now, but back when I watched those...
Yeah, you were too young?
Well, 15, 16. Not too young, but also not into horror movies.
Oh.
Or gore movies.
Yeah.
And, like, afraid.
Yeah.
So maybe it wasn't, like, not that I was too young per se, but, like, for me, I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Like, they were too extreme for me at the time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that.
And it's not like I'm not old enough, because I was 16. You can pretty much watch whatever when you're 16. But it was just like, maybe now as an adult, and who's not afraid of horror movies, whose favorite genre is probably horror movies.
Yeah.
I've seen so many bad horror movies. I love it. I don't know why, but like that just became my favorite.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd like those better.
That's just the world of Quentin Tarantino too. Is that his universe is kind of a more
brutal.
Yeah, brutal universe.
But like stabbing the needle through the chest and stuff, like
Inglourious Basterds, which take place during World War II. Hitler dies in a fire caused in a theater while he was trying to watch a. Oh, spoiler alert! Start. Oh, you also haven't seen it. Sorry. But anyway,
Trying to watch a movie. All right, we can just go with that.
but it's like super, like it's super brutal. It's a lot more. Like I feel like the fact that they something like arson, I feel is a very harsh death, especially the way it was done in that portrayed in the film versus the real world explanations of Hitler of shooting himself in a bunker.
Yeah. Brutal, yeah. That's just the best way to describe his movies. It's not like they're bad, but they're like very realistically brutal. Whereas we're
Yeah.
used to things like Marvel where it's like a PG.
Not realistically brutal, but unrealistically brutal.
No, but I just mean like there's blood when you cut someone. You
Yeah.
know, like
They're
we're
more
used.
they're extra brutal than the real world.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like it's more highlighted.
Yeah, and it's our film. It's
Yeah.
our
Let's
as
say we're-
opposed to something like Marvel.
In action, Marvel, for example.
Yeah.
It's what, PG?
PG-13.
PG-13. I think some of them are PG.
I think they're all PG-13.
Oh, whatever. There's no blood. Like, there's very little blood.
Yeah.
There's very little. But, like, there's people getting hit hard, and there's people getting cut, and there's people... Where, if it's in the more real world, there'd be a lot more blood. There'd be a lot more, like,
Mm-hmm.
gruesome-looking injuries.
And even some of Marvel's stuff, like the Netflix shows, do that a bit.
Yeah, they can get away with that.
But
I think there's some of them are PG, because I see very tiny children in those theaters. For Marvel.
with
In
their
Ca-
parents.
No, but in Canada, there is no PG-13. It's PG and 14.
Oh, it's PG in Canada.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We can go with that.
I thought you were more just asking in general.
Oh, no, because there's no PG here. PG-13 here.
No, it's PG in Canada.
PG.
Everything that's PG-13 is probably PG in Canada. Everything that's R is PG-14 in Canada.
14A.
14A.
Because the A stands
way.
for 14 and or accompanied by an adult. That's what the 14 and
Yeah.
A means.
Yeah.
R is restricted.
Yeah.
But isn't
And
it?
sometimes there's just weird things too. Like I remember X-Men Origins Wolverine, that was 14A for some reason, despite it being like PG in the States or PG-13 in the States.
Yeah, we got a different criteria.
So
Usually it's lower, but sometimes there's this one thing it ticks off that, Canada rates higher, or whatever.
yeah.
Or just that, whoever was in charge of that movie thought it was
Yeah.
higher.
But anyway, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, what do you think of that trailer?
I don't remember it at all.
I thought it would look pretty good. Leonardo DiCaprio, what's his name? What's his name?
Who? Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt. Yeah.
I'm remembering it now.
Uh,
I just needed you to get talking and I'll start remembering.
yeah, it was pretty. They're always pretty good actors. They're often in a lot of Tarantino movies too. So.
Yeah.
They're very. It's very interesting, and yeah, I like that they're actor. I like how it's taking place in Hollywood and they're actors, and it looks like they're acting, and then they get into some crap, too.
Yeah.
I like that scene with Bruce Lee, or what looked like Bruce Lee.
He's not alive, is he?
No.
But he was in the
But
other
it
ones.
takes place during a time he would have been alive.
Yeah.
Like it takes place in the 70s or 80s, I think.
So they get a look-alike?
Yeah, it takes place around the time of Charles Manson. So,
Yeah.
because I think it's supposed to be have something to do with Manson. Though that trailer, there's not much. But when it was originally announced, it was announced as a Charlie Manson film.
Okay.
So, or about the Manson murders, at least. But yeah, no, it looks really good.
I don't really remember.
Just looks like a Quentin Tarantino movie that takes place during 1970s
Well,
Hollywood.
that sounds good. Sign me up. Like, I'm down for it. You just say Quentin Tarantino movie, I'm down for it.
Yeah.
You don't need a trailer. Well, you need to have one, but I don't need to see it particularly.
Let's start getting into the movie we watched.
So we watched Alita: Battle Angel.
No, we didn't. We watched Us.
I'm just sorry. I'm just making a joke.
I know. We watched Get Out.
Yes.
Yes, Get Out.
Yes, the new
Jordan Peele.
movie. You finished my sandwiches.
We actually watched Us.
Yeah.
Not Alita, not Get Out, not Us, but Us. Wait.
Not us. Not us.
Hang on.
So the movie. So before I saw the movie, my coworker that I eat lunch with every day was like really into horror movies. His favorite movies are horror movies are like Insidious or the new ones and probably old ones. He told me a bunch to watch and I don't remember. He said we can rent them from him or borrow them from him. Anyway, he said he went and saw it and he's like, don't even waste your money, is what he said.
Ooh.
And he said it wasn't scary, everyone was laughing, blah, blah, blah. And so then that's what I went to go see this movie thinking, I think I'm going to like it. But I know he didn't like it.
Yeah.
So I also wanted to think, why wouldn't he have liked it? Like, what could turn people off this movie?
Yeah.
And what could turn people off this movie is creepy people are very funny.
Yeah.
He's like, he said it's like a Mad TV skit. It's like, he said all these things, and I understand why he thought that way. I don't agree.
Yeah.
But it was very funny.
But it was also very creepy in some of the funny.
Well, no, but just think about how creepy it would be in real life.
Oh, yeah. That was the thing. I thought it was super creepy.
Yeah, that's what you have
and when we watched it, the theater was often laughing at parts that I was like, shut up.
Well, there was also a lot of annoying people in the theater, which probably was also fed into what he did because he went to an early screening.
Yeah.
So it was a full theater. It was a noisy theater.
Yeah.
And he says he doesn't generally go to the theater. And so it's like, I love going to the theater for horror movies when they're not so full. It's like a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
And it's full of 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they scream always when they're supposed to. And sometimes, funnily enough, when they're not. And I enjoy that atmosphere. But the atmosphere of this movie was bad. Before the movie started, someone turned around and told some guys to shut up. That was the level of movie. Like, that was our theater experience.
You mean like the viewers when you say atmosphere, not the film?
No, the viewers. Like, no. I'm saying the context of watching the movie before we get into the movie.
The movie was very... I really liked the movie, but I did find the audience was often laughing at parts that I didn't think was funny. There was funny parts, but I feel like they were often laughing at the creepy parts that in a way were funny, but they were also
creepy.
They were more creepy to me than they were funny, and they were they're like, oh, this is so bad. It kind of felt like the way they were laughing.
I think people
sometimes.
prejudge this movie also too because the guy who directed it was a comedian.
Mm-hmm. Originally, yeah.
And he even said he didn't like Get Out. He thought Get Out was the same with being too funny and not scary.
Oh.
And I'm like, here's the thing. You have to see this movie and how creepy it would be for you to experience this.
Yeah.
The movie itself is very funny. Creepy people are very funny when you're in a safe theater.
Yeah.
And I think that's the divide. Mm-hmm. And I also think this is quite a smart movie. Oh, yeah.
It was very smart, very well made. It was very creepy.
So I think sometimes, not my coworker, but other people might think not quite get it.
Yeah.
And so they're like, why are all these rabbits around? And, why is this kid doing a funny face?
That's kind of what I was thinking, too, is with a lot of these audience members. It's like, they're laughing because they don't get it. They don't understand it.
Yeah. Which you should make a movie that most people will understand, though. So it's not like
it's not like. But here's the thing: it's not like it's not understandable. I feel it's just it is a movie you have to pay attention to, though.
Yeah.
You have to notice all the little nuances and all the little.
It's very clever.
Very clever. A lot of coincidences, and they do point out the coincidences in the film.
Yep.
But
and if you weren't paying attention, you would get confused.
And yeah, that's how I feel.
Oh, fun fact. Oh, maybe this was an April Fool thing.
What?
Oh, I just saw somewhere that the twins that played Emma on Friends are the twins in the Us movie.
That played who?
Emma on Friends, the baby.
On Friends.
Yeah.
There's a baby that
Yeah.
was played by twins on Friends?
There's two. There's one that's played by Cole and Dylan Sprouse, and there's ones
Yeah.
that are played by these two that I think were in this, and they're not the first time they're in major motion pictures.
I knew the babies in Full House were played by the Olsen twins.
No, but the baby Emma was played by twins.
I didn't know there was a... I've never seen Friends. I don't like
But
Friends.
Friends, his son is played by Cole Sprouse.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. So, like, they have a history of using twins for children in that movie.
They just have a history of using twins in general.
As babies.
Like,
there's the Jamie in Malcolm in the Middle, the little boy, is played by twin girls.
Mm.
They just cut their hair.
Nice.
And he's not, like, he talks and everything, walks around. He's, like, 2.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen a couple episodes, like, around when he was born, right? Like, that's the youngest.
No. Yeah, the youngest. Yeah, the youngest
Yeah.
kid. But you see him, like, as a functioning.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen some of those newer episodes.
I thought he
Anyway,
looked like my cousin,
Us.
who was a girl.
Anyway,
Now I
Us,
know why.
Really well made movie, really smart movie.
Which I think was its downfall
Mhm.
with some of the audience members.
And it was also social commentary in the same way that Get Out was, though it wasn't quite as... I kind of feel like it was more subtle than Get Out.
Well, my coworker said Get Out was, like, racist.
Oh.
So I just think some people didn't get it. And I really like them, and I don't think I think he just didn't quite understand it the way I understood it.
How do you think, like, racist towards white people?
No.
Oh. It's made by a black guy, dude.
I don't know. I was so shocked.
Well,
and
he's half white, half black. But
I'm like, if you hear this because they watch my podcast, coworkers, I don't think your interpretation of the movie is wrong. I understand it, but I understood it. Understand how I see it, and I understand how you see it, and I do think it's very funny, and I think creepiness is very funny.
Oh yeah,
and I think that
and
works.
I think a part of it is also when you are creepy, when people are put in situations,
it's uncomfortable.
When people are put in uncomfortable situations, they tend to laugh a bit. But
also, two people laugh and other people are laughing. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was the atmosphere of the theater.
Yeah.
I would love to see this movie again.
Yeah, I'd rather have seen it. I remember thinking I'd rather have seen it at home in a more controlled environment than someplace where there were laughing teenagers all around us.
Yeah, that's what it was. And, yeah.
But
I really like the movie. I really don't want to give too much away in this movie because I think you need to see it.
Well,
like, we'll go...
Spoiler warning.
We will, but I'm just saying also...
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, stop. Go watch it now. We're not going to do anything else but talk about spoilers. And
all right, okay, let's go with that. Then.
So, yeah, it's a really good movie. Go see it. Spoilers now.
Pause now and go see it, and then come back and watch the rest of this.
Yeah. Or not. We're not your mom.
Whenever it gets spoiled, and then just be disappointed when you go see it. It's your loss, not ours.
Yeah.
So smart.
Oh, yeah. I really liked it. I liked the family in general, and I liked...
They had a lot of personality.
Yeah, and I liked the position the family was in terms of in how they are upper class, but they are not... They're more middle class, I guess.
Yeah, like...
And they're surrounded by friends who are super rich. And the dad's conflict in the story is that he has to... Like, his conflict, like, at the beginning of the movie before everything bad happens, is, like, he has to constantly be keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak.
Yeah, with that other family. But, like, I also think, too, like... It wasn't keeping up in the showing them of being too poor. Mm-hmm. It was more in a comedic sense, like, I'm going to buy a boat because they bought a boat. It's called the Sugar Daddy. Yeah. And it's, like, the worst boat.
Oh, yeah.
And it's funny, and then it becomes really crucial about how bad that boat is because it saves his life.
Oh, yeah.
You know? But it's just those little things where it's funny, but if you weren't paying attention because you were laughing, you wouldn't get it.
Yeah, and those their their friends, the family, the white family that they were friends with, they are very white,
Yeah.
and the culture that they are, they're kind of like, I might be stealing a bit from Wisecrack's video on this, but they're kind of in a position where they are switching sometimes, and they're a little more. They are a black family, but they are in a white neighborhood, basically.
Yeah.
Is kind of like how they act in terms of
Yeah.
how they aren't trying to be full on black culture, but at the same time they do know some stuff. But also the way they're raising their kids, and when that song was playing, I got 5 on it, and they're like, what's 5 on it mean? They're talking about drugs. No, it's not about drugs. Don't do drugs. This song is dope.
Dope's a word for drugs.
Uh,
I don't know. It was really clever.
Yeah.
Because everything was important.
yeah.
Every little thing you think would just be innocuous, like her winning a T-shirt, or, the commercial you saw in the beginning. Everything was important, and everything led to the end.
Yeah, that commercial we saw at the beginning, I knew it had to play.
Well, yeah, because it played for like 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, all right, let's get my notebook out, because you knew this was going to be important stuff.
Basically.
Which I just turned off my phone, which I take notes on for the trailers.
But the twist at the end that Red and Adelaide?
Oh, don't ask me names.
But
We saw this like over a week ago at this point.
main woman,
Yeah.
the twist at the end was that she was actually the one from the underground. She was the tethered one.
Yeah.
And that when they first met in that flashback at the beginning, that they switched, and that twist, it is hinted out throughout the whole film.
Well, I thought because when she comes back from the carnival and she's not talking, that she might be the tethered one because they can't talk.
You thought that originally?
I did.
Oh.
I did think that. But I had thought a few things as the movie went on. That was one of the things I thought maybe it was happening. So like, oh, it's weird that, she can't talk and she's the only one that can talk. And so I was sort of trying to see if any of the other ones ever talked, and they didn't. And her voice is all broken from non-use, which people think is funny because she sounds pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like she does.
But it's also can be creepy.
But that's because that's realistic,
and
actually.
what I did notice in that scene is when she started speaking, laugh came out, and then as she kept going on, I felt the tension in the theater started getting creepier, and they started paying more attention.
She does sound funny.
She does originally, but then after and that's kind of
No,
why
I meant like her
like,
voice is funny.
Yeah.
It's all.
And that's why I kind of feel like the actress did a good job in pausing at that moment.
Yeah.
Because she did do some pauses at some times to take a breath, which was needed, which makes sense in the show, but it was also, I think, was needed because once that initial laugh came from the audience, once they needed the voice to sink in, and then it became immediately scary, at least for me.
And for the thing, the voice is like that because she hasn't used it.
And also, when we do see the flashback, she's choked.
Yeah. But also non-use
so
will crack your voice.
Yeah, and there could have been some damage done to it.
Yeah. And eating rabbits. That can't be good for the throat.
Yeah. But other Easter eggs other hints towards that is when they're originally, when she's snapping, being like, let's get in rhythm with the music, she's off rhythm.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't notice that.
I didn't notice it either until it was pointed out to me.
Yeah.
But she is off rhythm, and her son matches her off rhythm.
Yeah.
So he's pretty interesting too in that sense. And like It was when she's killed one of the tethered where I started thinking, oh, maybe she is one of them. But I was like, no, that can't be right, because she didn't switch places with Red at all. But until they showed it at the end, I'm like, oh, that makes more sense.
Well, what I was thinking is she showed a lot more compassion for the tethered than the rest of the family.
Yeah.
Like for the kid, for example, when the kid burns his tethered.
Yeah.
Right? Spoilers. By
and
making him near him.
Yeah.
And she's more like, no! Because she knows it's meant to be her kid.
And she also knows she couldn't control that. It wasn't her fault.
Yeah. But also, like, they think the girls
that, like,
tethered
he didn't control it. I mean, like, that he was tethered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when they think they've killed the daughters tethered, she also goes and checks.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, to me, that meant, like...
And then she kept her alive. She didn't kill her.
Because those are meant to be her children.
Yeah.
So we don't know how the tethered become tethered. Right? Like, we don't know. So maybe they kind of are her children. You know what I mean? Like, it's all like... Ooh.
It was an experiment.
Yeah.
But...
that went on for a long time if they're still children.
And then it was stopped. Like,
it was
they
abandoned.
were created... the explanation they gave was government created clones, but they were tethered so they could control people, and then something went wrong, and then they had to stop.
One soul, two bodies.
Yeah.
But obviously they keep making more in the sense that the children exist.
Well, they don't... But that's just natural birth, I think.
I think so. But she also knows that they are, like, her children. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
She feels a connection even though they're not. It's just there's that connection there. And it's very interesting, the whole movie. Because I was wondering, does she forget being a tethered?
Mm-hmm. And she doesn't.
She doesn't forget. And
when she does kill, like when she kills one of the neighbor tethereds.
Yeah.
And the son sees that the two of the 3 times she kills someone. Yeah, she killed 3 people, right?
I think so.
2 of her 3 kills are seen by him.
Yeah.
And that first time when he sees it, I was also thinking, oh, she's acting more like a tethered, and I thought that, and that's kind of what they were going for. That's what they were insinuating of kind of what the son was seeing too, was that she was acting like the tethered.
Yeah.
And then at the end, they kind of hinted at the son might know.
Yeah.
And then he hides behind his mask.
But here's the thing. They are the children of a tethered, then, right?
So they're half tethered.
Yeah.
But then that would also make the other half tethered. But they grow up basically normal, too. And I feel like that's also part of the social commentary.
But they also, both the kids, you notice they don't hesitate to kill somebody.
Yeah.
They don't. He walks his tethered right into the fire, and she kills those twins just like, bam, they're dead.
Ooh, yeah.
Right?
Wow.
Whereas the dad is like just trying to run.
Yeah, he's just trying to survive.
And he's just trying to survive, and the kids are making jokes about the kill count.
Yeah.
It's like...
I thought that was more just...
like nervous tension almost for the kid. Ah, my kill count's 3. Dad, what's yours? 2?
Well, I saw that more as Call of Duty age.
Yeah. But I also I'm like, damn, these kids are ready to kill. I don't know. Just just a thought I had. I don't know if it has anything to do with anything.
But also in that social commentary part.
Yeah, like, I think it's both things. Like, maybe both things.
But the social commentary, I feel...
of course, Call of Duty age. Yeah. Sorry.
But the social commentary, I feel they're trying to say is... they're definitely saying something about opportunities in how you're being raised and how that can help stuff like people who are born and raised on the streets have less opportunities than someone who's born and raised in a more rich, privileged life, and someone in a more rich, privileged life do have a longer and a more a better mental thing too. Like, and I felt that social commentary too, and kind of class system.
Yeah.
The commentary on the class system and how the tethered, especially Red, because she was switched, and how she's still not as good, not as well spoken, not as well raised as Adelaide, because she was raised down there. But Adelaide, although she wasn't able to speak at first, when she was able to learn that, and I feel like any of the tethered, if they were brought into our society, they would have been able to become good members of the society.
The problem is that they were tethered, and that they would interfere with each other.
I think more that, and also the problem is just because they were down there, they didn't get sun, they weren't raised.
And also, because they were down there, you could be up here.
Yeah.
And that's the social commentary.
Yeah. Oh,
because the lower class exists, the upper class can exist.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And that's why they could be happy. Whereas the below, they were suffering so that they didn't have to.
And then when the uprising happened, they had to kill.
Yeah,
that
to
was
take
Red's
their place.
exclamation. They had to kill. They couldn't both exist, too.
Yeah, because then they would, like, if they're both leaving, they couldn't lead independent lives. Because they were one soul for two bodies.
Yeah, that was the way Red explained it, right?
Yeah. Which makes sense enough. You know what I mean? Like, who knows what souls and whatever. But that's a good reason to avoid cloning, which is also a commentary on cloning. Like, how do these things like happen in a spiritual and even physiological sense? It's just so dense, this movie.
Yeah, and also Jordan Peele there's also many different interpretations of it too.
Which is intentional.
Which is intentional. Jordan Peele has said it's intentional. He wants you...
Art is intentionally multiple interpretations. It doesn't matter what the artist meant to say. It only matters what you get from the piece. And that's what this movie feels like.
Oh, yes.
So if you think it's funny and it's a comedy, well, that's valid.
Yeah, and that's kind of... I think that is also... Just Jordan Peele was also pretty open in the creative process, too. Mm-hmm. A lot of the actors have said he... sometimes ask, well, how would you do this? Or what would you like with this? Mm-hmm. So he was very open and very collaborative, and he was kind of just wanted to make the best film for anybody. Like, anybody to see it and interpret it their own way.
Also, too, it's an apocalypse movie.
Yeah. Right?
But, like, it's so unique.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that he, so far, has had 2 home runs in these movies.
Yeah, 2 very unique movies, very unique stories, very unique takes.
And it wasn't like he's, like, repeating himself or anything like that.
No.
Like,
but they also feel the same in how they're
tonally.
Both... Well, not comedy, but, like...
Tonally. Yeah, that's what I said.
I thought you said comedy.
No, I meant, like, in their tone... And his style comes through.
We can see his style
and
through those 2 movies.
And collaboration is a style, too. Mm-hmm. To let the actors breathe, it's like a style of directing.
And, like, I enjoyed Get Out. I thought Get Out was a really good film. But it was more straightforward than this.
Yeah. This was definitely bigger, but I think I like them both the same.
I think my book edition is
1001 movies to see before you die.
1001 movies.
That's what I said.
I said 2, and then you said 1001.
I said 1001.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I was trying to finish my sentence when you interrupted me.
Hey, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Better be.
Anyway. That book was I think that book isn't a new enough edition for that to be in there.
Oh, I really want to watch Get Out now.
Yeah. But anyway, okay. What I'm trying to say is Get Out was a good film, but this is very much... I enjoyed this one a lot better because I feel like Get Out was more explicit. You 100% knew what they were doing, where they were going with everything. I don't
think so.
Well, I don't think it was not necessarily predictable, but like, well, I feel Get Out was very. I don't want.
Smaller.
Yeah, it was smaller. It was more straightforward story. Versus this, there were a lot more turns and there were a lot more interpretations.
It's an apocalypse movie. There's just more factors.
Yeah.
You can say more. And I think that's a smart move. Play it safe with Get Out. Not safe, but, like, play it close to the chest and then go big. And I think he knocked it out of the park. And I think it's just showing that he's going to be a big contender in the horror movie.
He
directors.
already is.
I'm
After
just saying,
Get Out, he already is.
But I'm just saying, like, like M. Night Shyamalan, for example. Sixth Sense come out, and everyone's like, he's the next, biggest thing. And then the next one's really good, and then, like, the third one's really good, and then, like, the next one.
And by the time Signs.
And then it just went, like, whoo.
Yeah.
And then he had to sort of build it back up again, with the Visit and Split, and, like, trying to
And
get
even that,
credibility.
he's still not as big as he used to be.
No, but I'm just saying Jordan Peele, I think, is more, in a better position to remain high than M. Night Shyamalan was.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, like, in terms of the next big horror director or next big director, I think Jordan Peele is going to be.
He is, already, in my opinion.
In your opinion, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
2 movies, and anyone can make 1 good movie.
Mm-hmm.
And, not many people can make 2 good movies, but if he can continue at this level, then it's just going to be, I'm just excited for the
I
history
feel like
of
the 2 movies he did make were so smart that it's almost, unless he starts doing things that the studio gives him, I feel like it'd be hard for him to.
Yeah, I'm just saying he's one to watch.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to say a Jordan Peele movie, just like you say a Quentin Tarantino movie.
And also, he's been able, just from Get Out alone, he was able to rebrand himself.
Yeah.
From a comedy guy to a horror guy.
At least in our eyes, some people's.
No, even some people's eyes.
I'm just saying some people's eyes.
Yeah, I'm just saying in the general public, just because. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell. I just mean in the general public in terms of, like, he's now the narrator of the Twilight Zone reboot.
But what I'm saying is talking to people at lunches and whatever. People are like the comedian? Like, people don't know. He's still there. Like, yes, to us and to the movie going public and to the people who are interested in who directs a movie and who produces a movie, which most people don't know or care. He doesn't, but people will know a Quentin Tarantino movie. I think he's the next one. I think he's the next person that everyone at the lunch table is gonna know. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, he's the next big one. Okay. Not saying he's not already big, but he's gonna be like the next household name. Like Quentin Tarantino, everyone knows who that is.
Yeah, I feel like he's already getting into that.
He is. Yeah. I'm just saying, one more movie, he's gonna start being a household name, and for that, and not just his comedy. Mm-hmm. Because I'm telling you, you might not realize it, but that's what people are saying on the in the workplaces at the lunchrooms.
Yeah, and I also feel like Twilight Zone's probably going to help with that too.
Yeah.
In terms of them now seeing him as the horror guy as opposed to the comedy guy.
Yeah, he did comedy for so long, and it wasn't bad. Yeah. It was good.
It was even smart because Key and Peele is a very smart show too.
Yeah, I liked Mad TV back in the day. That's where I know him from. He wasn't on SNL. He was on Mad TV.
Yeah, they're both Key and Peele were on.
Yeah, I'm remembering some of their skits.
But Key and Peele was a very smart comedy.
Yeah, he's a smart guy.
So Jordan Peele is just, when he makes something, he wants to think about it. I can tell from at least these first 2 movies that he's directed that he thinks about it to the best of his ability. I actually saw an interview when he thought of Us. He thought, what would I think would be the most scariest thing to see? I wake up and the most scariest thing's in front of me. What do I see? Myself. I'm paraphrasing a bit, but
yeah.
He said something like that, and like he definitely is thinking. He's definitely very thoughtful.
And that really shows.
And he was very thoughtful in his comedy, too, but I feel...
I'd rather see more horror from him.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely better at horror. I feel like
he was a good comedian. But if he doesn't want to do another horror movie, and if he doesn't, that's not him, that's cool. These 2 movies are a great legacy already to leave.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have to do more, but I feel if he does, he's going to be the next name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's done with comedy though, except for like writing and producing. But he's done in terms of like acting in comedy and directing in comedy. I'm pretty sure that's not what he wants to be anymore.
But you know, like, he can do whatever he wants now.
Yeah.
He can go into romantic movies or what was it gonna action movie. He'd direct a Star Wars. I'd like to see it.
A Jordan Peele Star Wars? Oh God.
That might not work. But
No.
I'm just saying, like, this is like a ticket for him to do what he wants. And if he wants to do comedy, you know, yeah, I'm gonna say go for it. But if he wants to do horror, then go for it.
Yeah, I think
I'd rather see him do horror, but it's not.
I'm
up to
pretty
me.
sure he's gonna stick with horror.
I'm glad.
I'm just waiting for round 3 because I don't know. Here's kind of, I don't know. Here's my fan theory.
Oh no, let's not get into.
I feel like, no, it's not really a fan theory. It's more just, I feel like he might be the type of director that'll be like do 3 thematically similar movies, like Get Out, Us, and then there'll be a third one, and then he'll switch in, maybe not genre, but switch in terms of themes, I guess. I don't know, because I feel it.
He's one
Just
to
in my
watch.
head, I feel like his 4th movie is gonna be different than his 3rd movie, like very different than his first 3 movies will be. And he hasn't made his 3rd movie yet, so we still need to see that. Wait for that to happen.
I'm just excited. You know, like, I'm down for it.
I'm excited for more from him.
Yeah, I would see a 3rd movie with him without a trailer, without any marketing. I just heard Jordan Peele's making a 3rd movie. I just see it.
Yeah.
I go blind. You go there and it's like a rom-com, and you'd be like really disappointed. But you know, because you didn't see any trailers or marketing.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we don't want to go too deep into the specifics because we could go on all night.
Yeah.
But you see it.
Yeah. Very smart film. Very well made.
See it in a quieter theater.
Yeah. Maybe see it in a smaller place.
Or just
Something
now,
more
when
adult too.
Or just see it now that it's been out a while.
Yeah.
We saw it like the day it came out or the day after.
Yeah. I feel like also maybe try for an older crowd, because I feel like an older crowd will be more appreciative of it too.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you go to a place that's like one of the VIP cineplexes, which is adults only, that serves alcohol and all that, that might be a better.
I don't even think that'll help. The people that were causing trouble in the back were not teenagers.
Oh.
They're our age. Just from looking at them, they looked like our age. They're just like...
They look like kind of youngish.
Frat boys.
Yeah, frat boys. I consider them teenagers.
You're their age!
I know, but they're the same kind of attitude as a lot of teenagers.
Like frat boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
I want to see it again, Sarah.
I do too.
Today?
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, bye.
This has been 'Cause We Can.
Check us out online. You know the information. It's in the description below. Or you're on the website. And there's links.
'Cause We Can. That's who we are.
Bye.
I'm Sarah Hazen.
I'm Kaden.
This was Remy,
Bye.
who is snoring in the couch right now.
I wish I was snoring in the couch right now.
Yeah. Alright, let's get some tickets so we can go see this movie again.
Okay. Bye.
What time's good for you?
Now.
Okay.